everybody has been talking about how hot it has suddenly become. And mind you, it's only early March.
Don't you wish someone actually did something about the heat? Well, I have a solution. This is going to sound insane, but stick with me. What if we hired a chief heat officer? Today, 7 cities across the world have a chief heat officer. Someone dedicated to making sure the heat doesn't get so bad, and when it does, doesn't kill anyone. Yes, this is a real role, and let me tell you why India desperately needs one. I'm Lavanya, and in this episode of The Climate Brief, I'm going to introduce you to the most important job opening up because of global warming. You must be wondering what a chief heat officer does. Let me explain with a short trip around the world. Let's start at Athens, the first city in Europe to appoint a chief heat officer in 2021 after a summer of devastating wildfires. And she did something very interesting. Gave heat waves a name and a categorization system, just like Hurricane Katrina or Cyclone Amphan. Why? These names and this system helped people understand the true severity of these heat waves. They also built an app called Extrema Global, where residents could get a personalized risk assessment. This app used a heat health categorization system to predict how dangerous a heat wave could be, depending on where this person lives. It not only gave advice on protecting yourself, but also helped you find the nearest public spaces to escape the heat with the coolest route to get there safely. But what about long-term solutions? One study found that increasing city tree cover to 30% could cut deaths because of heat by a third. So, that's what Athens did. They started by creating green corridors that connected tree canopies across the city, transforming neglected or vacant lots into little parks. But how would they take care of this much greenery? The answer was in an ambitious project that used water from a 2,000-year-old Roman aqueduct for irrigation. But the crazy part? The CHO played a key role in securing a €5 million loan to implement this. Now let's travel further ahead to the sunny beaches of Miami. Their CHO used the power of social media with a heat season campaign during the hottest months of the year. This campaign highlighted high-risk zip codes, gave updates during heat waves, and provided all the info you needed to safely navigate one. But that's just the start. She trained healthcare workers to identify the most vulnerable: outdoor workers, pregnant women, even people who are at high risk because of medication. And it was only upwards from there. Starting with public buildings where 1,700 ACs were installed, to a new mandate for cool roofs and solar features. They planted 16,000 trees annually, specifically in neighborhoods with less than 20% tree cover and higher than 20% poverty rates. And this decision is data-backed too. Poorer neighborhoods tend to have lesser trees and are often 3 to 5 degrees hotter than richer ones. They also built shaded bus stops and walkways to make travel cooler. Miami is currently developing climate resilience hubs, which are community-first facilities that provide cooling, backup power, and resources before, during, and after climate emergencies. Finally, for our last stop today, welcome to Sierra Leone. If you thought a CHO is only something wealthy cities do, then Freetown will prove you wrong. Since hiring a CHO in 2021, a heat health early warning system has been established, which uses real-time weather updates and localized health assessments to give residents early alerts. 15 of the 42 open-air markets have been upgraded with plexiglass to shade the vendors. Then came a flagship project called Freetown the Tree Town, which aims to plant 5 million trees before 2028 by using an app that pays residents to plant and nurture trees. They go even further by working with private companies to get cooling and reflective roofing to informal settlements. Now, they are preparing to expand the city's existing public gardens to build little pockets of cool spaces for everyone to enjoy. And these three are not alone. Phoenix launched a cool pavement program, which applied reflective coating to 100 miles of pavement that reduced surface temperatures by up to 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Santiago is transforming state-owned hospitals and schools with green roofs. So now you know how great a CHO can be. Their job description is simple. First, break silos to get everyone from health to urban planning to disaster management to transport to work together. The CHO becomes the singular point of contact that comes up with a comprehensive plan and ensures multiple stakeholders can get this done. Second, build awareness and community engagement. You see, heat is a silent killer. People need to know what it can do so they can protect themselves. Third, work with players outside the government. CHOs have also been successful in bringing in private players like app creators that we saw and generating funds from outside. Let's come to a key question. When 3 out of 4 Indians live in districts with high to very high heat risk, why doesn't India have its own CHO? It's no secret that India is facing a severe heat crisis and it only gets worse every year. Metro cities are at an even greater risk due to the urban heat island effect, and this is not just a health problem. Extreme heat is projected to cause a 4.5% loss to the GDP. But here's something worth knowing. At least 24 states are already implementing heat action plans in some form, and cities are already doing CHO-like work without the title. Ahmedabad is a great example. Painting over 3 million square feet of slum roofs white, installing misting bus stops where commuters feel up to 7 degrees of relief, and introducing parametric heat insurance for people who work outdoors. Check out our earlier videos to understand all of this better. While this is a great start, we still have a long way to go in terms of implementing these changes at scale and thinking about longer-term strategies. Because right now, heat is still treated as a seasonal inconvenience that we just have to get through, rather than the deadly and recurring disaster that it is. The work is happening, but it is scattered across departments with no single person to connect the dots. This is where the CHO can change things. Not that it magically solves the problem, but creating such a position sends a clear signal that heat is a priority that touches every department and that someone is accountable for holding it all together. It also means there is someone thinking and planning for it throughout the year and not just in summer in panic damage control mode. Heat is everybody's problem and nobody's. But we are at a point where a country like India could save lives with one new hire. We'll leave you with a question. What is your city doing to adapt to the heat? Tell us in the comments below so we can see which city does it best. Subscribe for more climate stories.